Alrighty, y'all, just caught this nice, beautifully orange colored little green sunfish bluegill hybrid on the fly. First cast standing over here. I fished way over there for about 20-30 minutes and came over here on the first cast. I caught one. There was a release. He hit it really aggressively too. I was not expecting it at all. Let's see if I can one-handed catch another one. That'd be really cool. Don't know if I'll be able to get it done though. Get all my slack line back out there. One-handed is not the easiest way to do it. There we go. Let's see if I can get it back out there. Oh yeah, there we go. There was a decent cast. One-handed, that is. It's a pretty decent cast. But yeah, I was just sitting there and I was getting ready to strip it back to me. I need to reel up some line. I got way too much slack line out there, but I was getting ready to reel it back up to me. Let me turn this around so y'all can see me. I was getting ready to reel it back up to me so I was getting ready to strip it back to me so I could make another cast. And I looked at my line and my line was straight out. Oh, I got another one. Oh my God. Oh, another one-handed bluegill catch. Oh, don't go back in the water. Ah, I got him. Hand line, and this here's a straight up bluegill. I remember I was telling y'all that I had some straight bluegill in here. This here is one of them. He's a big one too. He's bigger than some of the smaller. No, it's a hybrid. See his tail? Look at how orange his tail is. That's really cool. Let's see how. Set it like this, maybe. I'm getting ready to drop it. Hang on, let me pause this first. Alrighty, we're back out here again. Sorry, I had to pause it because I couldn't unhook the daggum thing. Clean him off a second. There he is. Yep, that's a green sunfish hybrid. Look at how orange his tip of his tail is. That's why it's good to put spike it on your baits. He's got a pretty decent sized mouth too. One-handed fly fishing. One-handed fly fishing. Get it right back out there. See if we can one-handed. Got it snagged up here. There we go. I think it's unsnagged now. It's either unsnagged or it's hooked on my pant leg. I can't tell. Yep, it's still snagged back here on this little bitty piece of wood. Little root come out of the ground. One-handed nighttime fly fishing. There we go. Get that fly right back out there. Best part about this one-handed fly fishing is you know exactly how far it was out there, because you can't cast any further. I just let it sink that time. I was reeling in the line, and when I went to pull it back in, he was on there. That's on that cast. I'm only fishing about maybe 10 feet, 10, 15 feet away. Caught two in two casts. Excuse me. That's pretty good. Yeah, I was fishing from that side over there for the longest time, probably at least half an hour, without a single bite. I was seeing bluegill blowing up out here in the center, and I was casting out to them, but I couldn't get them to commit. So I just decided to come over here where there's a lot less cover to get snagged on, and it's a little bit easier to cast because there's nowhere near as much trees as there are over there. What I can do is I can pull out a little bit of line like this right here and grab it. When I get ready to cast it again, it'll pull that line out there. Two casts, two bluegill. Actually, they're hybrids, but I call them bluegill. Pull out a tad bit more line. I'm honestly surprised I got that second one. It was hooked good, but when I hooked it, I had a lot of slack in my line. Yeah, when I hooked it, I had a lot of slack in my line, so I didn't have the premier hook set, I guess you could say, the best hook set. But with a fly setup, you can't exactly jack them like Kevin Van Dam, you know. A lot of the times they'll hit when you have slack coming out of your line or coming out of your reel. That first one, I was not expecting that one either. I was just sitting there, I was getting ready to reel up a little bit of slack, just like the second one, really. I was reeling up a little bit of slack, and I looked down, and my line is completely straight out. Like, it was tight as tight could be. And I just set the hook and pulled him right on in. It was really cool, too, because as hard as he was fighting on this little fly rod, I honestly thought I hooked that little bass, because there is a little 10-inch long bass in here. I was really thinking that I hooked it, but once he jumped, I could tell it was a bluegill. And little hybrids are tough on this little fly rod, especially when you get a long cast. That second one, I didn't really get to fight him because I was just one-handed fly fishing. It's nowhere near easy, that's for sure. Just using a little brown fly. I'm sure that the lighting is probably terrible right now, but it's getting darker. I think that's why I'm getting so many bites from bluegill here, is because the bugs are out. Bugs are coming out, and the bugs are laying on the surface. I've seen 2 bluegill come up and pop the surface, hitting little bugs on top of the water. Can't even talk. But yeah, I was not expecting either one of those, especially the second one more than any. And the second one surprised me because I wasn't even ready at all. I was reeling up my line and holding a camera and everything else. Definitely was not expecting to hook another bluegill like that. But that second one, if you've seen, like I showed you, the tip of its tail was really orange. That's how you know, or that's when, you know, if you're bass fishing in a lake and you catch bluegill like that, and they have that orange tail, there was one just down there that just surfaced. But if you catch a bluegill that has an orange tip of its tail like that, you know, it's most likely a green sunfish or a hybrid. But if you hook a fish like that, and you get him in, and he's got an orange tip of his tail like that, get you some of that orange Spike It for your baits, and just put it on the tips of the bait that you're fishing with, like a soft plastic, a Senko, or whatever you're fishing with, and that'll make it look like it's that little bait fish, because most of the time, whatever that little bluegill or green sunfish or whatever it was, that's probably what the bass are going to be eating on. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera off because the lighting is probably horrible right now. So thanks for watching. Bye.